Hi guys. Glad you made it back. Yesterday was kind of a long one. No, it was the day before. It was kind of a long one. I'm working on giving my Lickity log splitter a raise, or both of them a raise, and I worked on that bracket and got that all done. Got it up. If you watched yesterday's video, you see I didn't like it. Then I lowered it and all that kind of stuff. But the front of it was too wobbly. Now I knew that that jack thing could not stay on there while I'm splitting wood. That was just a done deal. So I kept thinking of something fast to do, and I have something in plan in the noggin, not really fast, that I'm going to come up with. But I also made something in between then to do what needs to be done to get it up and level from stuff that I found. I had another plan that I was just going to. And that's why, I don't know if you recall, that's why I didn't like that piece being so wobbly, that piece that I cut off from the case machine and stuff like that. It was just too wobbly, or too much play in there. So I'm going to have to machine something exactly the way I want to do what I want to do. But I'm not going to do that before this get together. And what I've just put together, I'm going to show you in a minute, might work just as well. So but for moving that thing, it's probably going to be good to have that leg on there. So that was another reason that I went to it. And it wasn't all that costly. A long time ago, you know, when we had plumbing here, I used to have these irrigation stands, and or sprinkler head stands. And it came in, the water came in here and then went up. They were taller. I had to cut some of these legs off. You can see it was a little higher. Those will spike down in the ground pretty good to stabilize that thing. But then I didn't know what to do up the top. So what I did, this was like up to about here with threads, and that's where I put the sprinkler on. Somewhere I cut that off. I don't know where it got to. But anyhow, what I decided I was going to do was put a ball on the top. So I machined this piece down here with threads, so now I can raise and lower it. I got to put some Loctite on that so it doesn't come down. I guess you're seeing that. So this goes down into here, pretty self-explanatory. Goes down there. Well, then I found that this was too much play, and 9 o'clock last night I run into Walmart. I knew it was a 1 7/8 ball because I checked it out with another one of these. I don't know what you're seeing in there. So I cut this was where I cut the ball off. Then I had to drill it in, and I had to step the drill in. And then what made it hard was this distance here. This diameter here is different than this diameter, so setting it up in the chuck was a big pain. So I got it, and then I didn't have the right size drill. Well, I drilled the right size drill bit. It was a 21/64, I think, but it was too tight. So what I did was then I had to bore it out to the size that I thought would be workable. Then when I put it in here, it's hard to explain, but this had so much wobble down here, I wanted to get rid of that wobble. So then I machined a brass bushing to go in here. I don't know whether you can see that. I got to get in the camera. There's a brass bushing in there. Now I don't want to lose that brass bushing, but it's kind of pretty tight clearance. So what I decided to do is put this in and then just wrap some electrical tape. I'll probably get a press pin and put in there, because if I want to take it out, and I also was thinking about welding this piece on here, but if I weld that on there and Loctite that, you know, who knows what down the line you might want to take apart or change. So this is what I've come up with, and my height that I needed, which I don't have a ruler here, is about 29 inches, so that's right about there, and that's a lot more solid. I can think it's a better plan than what's down there. So that's what I'm working on. So I'm going to take this off. Not just gonna. I'll remember how I used to squeegee those bottles out when I went to that the flea market the other day. Oh, I guess I didn't bring it. Got a couple good things at the please, I'll be back in a second, see if this piece is still in there. Somebody had suggested, and I had thought of it, but never really, of going up and raiding the wife's kitchen and getting one of these. Well, we didn't have one that small. Ours are about bigger than the cans are, but I got that for 50 cents up at the flea market. And so what I'm gonna do, lost my marbles, didn't I? Put a little bit of this junk on here. I think I'll run it up all the way, and that'll keep it from rusting. It'll probably slowly go down. I don't think I'm going to raise this up more than a couple inches. See if I can spread it out this way. I had to clean the threads up. Clean the threads up. I just want to get them all have a coating. So anyhow, that's what I'm working on. I'm going to take it down after I get it in. Oh, the stuff's already coming off. That's some pretty good stuff. I like it. I'm going to take it down and try it out. So I'll bring it back in a little bit when I'm down there trying it out. I got a busy day today. Like I said, I got to, the wife's car needed to go in the shop for some repairs. I don't work on them anymore. Don't know that I could work on them anymore. They're getting so complex. But so that went into the shop. I had to go pick her up. That was 9 o'clock. I'm still asleep at 9 o'clock in the morning. And then we got to go pick it up. I got doctor's appointment this afternoon, so I got to go in the doctor. And so we got hopefully the picking up time of the car and the doctor close enough either before or after. So we killed two birds with one stone. Then going out to dinner tonight just because we'll be in town and might just as well do it. Town's only about 10 minutes away anyway, so that's no big deal. It's still putting a lot of stuff away. Then I'm going to start working on that Jeep, getting that Jeep crated up. I did find the parts that I need for the oil pump thing, so hopefully I'll order those. I got to order more badges, so I think I'll probably go in and do that in a little bit. I got to get some pictures of the Jeep engine for that guy, so got a lot on the scoreboard. So we'll be back in a little bit. Hang in there. Hi guys. Did I tell you those things were everywhere? I was using these to kind of figure out when this building was to put in. There was supposed to be another building in here that they were supposed to come down and make, but that fell through. But those things are everywhere. Those are red ones. I got red ones and yellow ones. There I had a piece of what do you call that? Conduit in there. I don't know why I had that in there, but this is this was 1-inch pipe thread. Then you could put anything on here. This one here I might be using as a floodlight thing. So anyhow, just an idea. Those were left over. They used to ship the little lawnmowers, the little John Deere riding lawnmowers, in metal crates, and that's where all this steel came from. Was all those metal crates that used to come in. And those things have been handy for years and years and years. I probably made them back in the 80s. I was pretty rambunctious back in the 80s. We'll see you in a bit. For the next minute of this video, most of you guys don't even need to look at it. This is for the guy that's buying the Jeep. He wanted to get a close-up of the Jeep head. So this is for him. And I think what he's looking for are these numbers right here. So I'm going to try to get in as close. I think you can read these. This almost looks like an 8 or a 631. There's definitely a 3 there. You can kind of see it as good as I can see it. Maybe you can raise it up on the computer. You might be looking for the W4 or the 63. I can't read it through the lens. 63, 96, 60. That really looks like a C, which I don't know. And then this is just all standard Jeep stuff. So that's one angle of it. Here's another angle of it. I don't know if I can get, this is a upside down angle of it, so you can get it about every every direction you want. These look like pop rivets. That looks like a pop rivet. It must be some kind of casting. One there, one there, one there, one there. Never really noticed that before, but that's the head. So, after that, now we're going to get over there and move that over to the ground and try out this stand. So I'll bring you back a minute. I got to get the stand out and fire up the truck and hook it all up, and we'll be back in a minute or two. Well, I noticed that when I did that little Jeep thing, that the battery thing was getting low, so I got to go up and get a battery. Even though this one came out of the charger. This wheel here sounds good. This one over here sounds like it needs a little oomph. I don't know if you can hear the bearing. I also noticed that this was over there like that. This thing is on a wood frame. It's kind of, like I said, this thing is peculiar. So I'm going to go up there and locate a 3/8 bolt. I guess that goes up in there. I guess somehow, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But I'm going to get, you guys know how I like grease guns, so I'm going to get a grease gun, put some grease in both of the tires, and I guess I got to check the oil too. Don't want to take it up there with checking the oil. At least they got a remote oil change thing. It looks like there's all sorts of squirrels' nests up in there. I might have to try to blow that out. I don't know how you blow that out. It's got springs, 3 springs here that go that way, but I don't see anywhere to. That doesn't go into there. That's the bracket that I got on there. And I think I like that thing there for just moving for a quick, get it up, get it where you want it, and that kind of stuff. This is has to have a little bit of a tension on it here. That's not quite working right. That's why that vice grip is on there. So anyhow, I'm gonna go up and get a battery, get the grease gun, and I'll be back in a minute. So we're just gonna hang in there for a while. Be back in a minute or two. Looks like we're in the screen. Well, I went up and got a battery, got the grease gun, come on down here, and I started greasing. Now can you see the spots? They're all over me. Well, when I was greasing this thing, I decided to grease this one first. I don't know why, that's just the way I did it. This thing I think has got a rust out. Well, maybe it's got a weep hole right there, or 2 of them or something. Maybe rust out, I have no idea. Somebody's done something there. Can you see that little squiggly? Well, it's squiggled here, it's squiggled down there, but when it first came out, there was air behind it, and went psh, 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 and went all over my face. You guys would have been laughing big time. I got greased. So I got the bolt in there, bolt the bolt in there. I can't get that bolt out. There's a little screw up there hanging someplace. So then I go to grease the other side. Now we're talking, I've got probably 45 minutes in there. So I go to put grease in this side, and the grease fitting can't get in there. So I'm putting grease in, it won't go in, won't go in. You can't see, there's a couple gobs down there. I readjusted the grease fitting a couple times. So I go up the house and I get me a nice, that one is machined just a little bit different, so I couldn't get it on there. So I go up there and get me a nice 45, whatever the angle that is, put it in there. I get 2, boom, boom, and a grease gun runs out of grease. Did I ever tell you I hate greasing? Just about as much. It's about as bad as hickory trees. So I'm going to try to put this thing over here. Camera's kind of on an angle here. Let me see if I can't level it up a little bit. Keep you guys on the level. I guess I'll start back here so you can see me moving it over. I can't see it because of the screen. I think it's in there. I just can't see it. The sun's in the screen. Maybe it's a bad spot. I don't know. This is where you're going to be. So, that's like I said. Playing with a camera chews up too much time. Got stuff to do. Got a doctor's appointment this afternoon. Get something done. So, we're let her down. Then we'll start swinging her around. gone down. I might be able to see where you guys are at. While I'm here, I think I'll look and see if I can't get that bolt out of there. Who knows where it is or where it goes, but then I won't have to bend over quite so bad. Alright, got it in my pocket. Let's put them up and down at the same time. Getting there. You guys still in the camera? I can bring this up a little bit. Probably should let it go down first. It is. The lunar landing has happened. Let's see where it's happy at. This isn't that heavy, that's why I don't really care about that. Let's see. I think I might get in that direction. All right, stomp that down in there to those points. That on there so that strap doesn't come off there. I guess I'll leave it on there. I got that, I would take that off except for I got that strap there. Let me turn the noise off because I think we're loose on the belts. That seems not too bad. Let's take the belts off this thing. Drop that one that way, and these off the end. Yeah, that tongue, I'm a lot happier with that. Let's see what we ended up here in height. Except for I don't have a tape. Let me go find a tape. We are at a little under 32. There's 30, so it could go down a little bit. Or no, that's 30. This is 32. So that's where it's at. Yeah, I can go down a little bit. I'm gonna start it up and see what it feels like there. You think this old beast will start? See how sturdy it is. These can probably get, I don't know, they're pretty there. You gotta turn on the gas. Or not. Daggone. There we go. It'll probably take a minute for the gas to get in there. Put the choke on. Now I got this far, now I gotta go get a log. Hope you guys can see that. Gotta find a log. I'll bring you back in a minute. Alright, let's see what we can do. Need a table. Height. That worked out real good for being a comfortable height. But I'll tell you what, you need a table. Gotta have a table, that's all there is to it. So, go back over and get my yardstick and see what kind of, there's a piece of road plate that I can get right now that's 4 foot by 4 foot. I don't know what size this table is. We're looking at tables here. This one is 38 inches by 59. So basically 3 by 5. 1 inch thick. I like that. So this one here could be, you could take it all the way back to there. 4 foot, 5 foot. Yeah, 5 foot would be the way to go. And depth wise, 3 foot. So another 3 by 5. Now, they don't have the way to get all that stuff off, and I don't feel like undoing it up at that show. So we'll probably just go with this. That did all right. So, pick this up. I got a little wood crate down there, and I'll drag it down there and put it in there, and it'll be dry before you know it. And oh, you know, I didn't even think. I forgot to take that off. I was not even watching. I'll have to watch in the video to see how close that wood came to it. One thing that I don't like is it ends here, and I'm going to see about moving it up here. Now, how much wear did it take? Can you guys, oh no, that's a shadow. But do you see the angle here? How much wear did it take to do that? This needs sharpening up and cleaning up. The smoother this is, the easier to split. That's all there is to it. I don't know how to tell you that. This thing's also got a automatic dripper that drips on that down there, but I think it only drips on it and picks up and oils the slide if it goes all the way back. I have it halfway back right now, so or to where I need it. Anyhow, we might go up and give this old beast a workout if we can get it off the back of the truck once I get up there. I think a couple strong folks can get it off. So that's where I'm at. We'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye. You know, I've showed this before. This was one of my first tables, and it kind of went by the wayside as far as it got a little rot. But that down there is telephone pole wood, but you can see all the bolts have come out of it. And this came out, so the wedge was right here, so it came out and had a good platform for there. I don't know that I like it quite that far, but I could cut it off that way, cut it off that way, put some new beams in here. They look like they're pretty well shot. So I think I might look at resurrecting that for the table for that beast. And put a road plate on top of it. There ain't nothing better than road plate. The wood slides real metal. The wood slides real good on the metal. So that's where we're at right now. We'll be back in a bit. Well guys, I got the engine kind of moved around a bit. I made a piece for the bottom to hold the so the oil pan is sit flat. I didn't have another oil pan. Well, I do. I made it off this one over here. It won't sit on the bottom flat because where this thing here, I doubt that you can see it. Maybe you can see it this way, is raised so the oil comes out better. Good planning. You don't see that on new ones. So I had to, the board is cut out a little area there where it'll sit. Now I know the size, I measured, so I know the size pallet I need to make. I drained the oil. Don't need to ship with any oil, so it's going to be 36 this way, 32 that way. You start getting this little nonsense over here. You start getting that little knob over there to that up there, and then you got to leave a little bit of room, and the next thing you know, you've chewed it up. Absolutely gorgeous night. I don't know whether you guys can catch that moon or not. Maybe. Got back late from the doctor's office. We went to the doctor's office, got my rabies shot and distemper shot and flea powder, so I don't go to flea markets and get fleas. I guess that'll work out. Got the wood splitter about ready to go. I guess I'm looking at it right there. I've moved a little bit of the wood out of the way. What else I got going on? Oh, we went out to dinner, had a real nice dinner. Then we had to go shopping, which I didn't really know about the Walmart visit, but needed a couple things over there. And then we stopped by to see if her car was ready, and her car wasn't ready. There's a part in the gas line that's leaking, and Ford doesn't make that part anymore. They can't get that part from Ford anymore, so they got to fabricate it, which might be better off going down to Jeffrey's for that one. But it wasn't leaking that you would see a trail or see gas in the garage or anything like that. You could just smell a slight odor, so it's best to get that kind of stuff fixed right away. So she's got to take my car tomorrow. Man, that's an awful thought. Anyhow, that about wraps it up for this night. I might go try to round up some wood to start making the base out of the pallet. Do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe button, and come back for more on the Jeep boxing. We're gonna box a Jeep engine. And I don't know about this thing. I haven't really decided. You guys aren't back far enough to see it. It's pretty solid where it's at. I don't know if I shook it earlier when it's there. I don't know how much you can see it. But she's pretty solid. I mean, a lot better than it was. So there's no problem with working it up that way. I was measuring to see what size table I need, like that table over there. So 3x5 is about the nicest size. And I have to review myself the video to see how close the wood came to that thing there, but that's definitely got to come off. There's just no question about that. It would come off. It's not even on the ground now. It's just kind of sitting there to keep this from going up that way when I pick it up. But you can look at all that wobble. Now look at it. So I'm pretty pleased with that. So, and I don't know if I showed you in earlier. I can't remember what goes on that. The 1 7/8 ball screws up and screws down so it can raise up and down. Yeah, I think I did and showed you the brass insert in there. So because it's getting dark, I wish I had the wood cut already for that thing, but I don't. So do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe button, and send it to a friend. We'll see you later now. Bye-bye.